Hi, this is David Orlofsky, and welcome to the Parsha in 5, where in 5 minutes we try to give you an idea that'll be meaningful to the Parsha. Now, a special shout out to all of those eagle-eyed observers who noticed that I did last week V'yakol Pekudei. And the problem is, V'yakol Pekudei is separate this year. So, by way of explanation, just for all of you pundits out there who wrote me in to point out my mistake, if you go back and look at all the Parsha in 5, you'll notice that I'm wearing the same tie. That's because towards the end of Bereshis, I do all of Shmos. Towards the end of Shmos, I do all of Vayikra. Yeah? So full disclosure, I already did Vayikra. Yeah? And if you'll take a look, all the Parsha in 5 on a particular sefer, I'm wearing the same tie. Maybe I should just give this away. Sometimes I do 2 podcasts that are sitting in a row. I change my tie just to differentiate between them. Yeah. So I'm not wearing the right tie. So it was at the end of Bereshis. I remembered that last year was a leap year, and therefore V'yakol Pekudei was separate. And I figured, I didn't bother looking at the calendar. I figured this year it's not a leap year, so V'yakol Pekudei would be together. I was wrong. And then, of course, it turns out that I chose a vort from Pekudei on V'yakol Pekudei. If it was a vort on V'yakol, then I could do a vort on Pekudei now. But I really boxed myself into a corner. So what do? Luckily, if you were blessed with the level of creativity that God gave me, I have a very simple solution, and that is I'm going to speak about Parshas HaChodesh. Because as you know, there are 4 special Parshios, and this is the last one. 4 that we'll talk about in 5. I don't know if I've probably wasted too much time already with this whole little dreary speech, but I don't care. Yeah. So we go from Shkolim to Zachar to Para to Chodesh. Now, I understand Shkolim is to remind us that everybody should get their Chatzi Shekel ready to give, because we have to collect it during Adar to buy the new Karbonos and Nisan. I understand Zachar is because we have to do Mechikas Amalek before we can do Purim. I understand Para is to remind us to retire ourselves before we come to Pesach, so we can eat the Korban Pesach. What's the purpose of Chodesh? Why are we laning that this is the first month? So the 4 Parshios outline Adar because Adar is not the end of the year. It continues. It goes into Nisan, and it's a new beginning. Haman thought that the Jewish people were created in Nisan, so they'll be destroyed in Adar, the end. Everything that's created comes to an end. But he didn't understand the Jewish people have a hischadshus. There's a power of tchias amesim. There's something new. And that's why when HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives the Torah, the first mitzvah he gives is HaChodesh Hazeh Lachem Rosh Chodashim. You will not tell time like everybody else. And anyone who's ever gone to a Jewish event knows this clearly. Jews do not tell time like everybody else. We go by our own calendar, our own time. We tell time by the moon and not by the I shouldn't say not by the sun, the moon and the sun together, so that we have leap years of an entire month and everything gets moved around, because our power of time means the Jewish people are in control of time. Chodesh Nisan is the beginning of a new time that we create. That's what Rosh Chodesh is. We decide when Rosh Chodesh is. And so we decide when the Yom Tovim are going to be. We have that power to control time. We are outside of time and not affected by time. We rule time, whereas everybody else lives within time, within the limitations of time. We don't. And therefore, Klal Yisrael is outside of it. That's how we start Klal Yisrael. Kodesh Baruch Hu says to Moshe Rabbeinu, this month is where we're going to create the Jewish people, and they're not like any other people. They're outside of time. And that's why by the Hasidim, they don't call it Chodesh Nisan, they call it Chodesh Nisim, miracles. Why? Because The whole month is the month of miracles. As we say in the Haggadah, Yachomer Esh Chodesh. We start with a Havamina that maybe we could have the Seder already on Rosh Chodesh Nisan. Okay, we have a pasuk that says not. But the Havamina is that already from Rosh Chodesh, when that mitzvah was given, we have the power of Pesach. And so we're talking about getting ourselves ready for Pesach. The first two have to do with Purim because that's the first Geula, and then the next two talk about Pesach because that's the second Geula. The two Samach Geula, we put the two redemptions next to each other. And so this redemption of Pesach, which is Parshat Chodesh, we say, now the Geula has come and will begin. And so as we read the last of the 4 Parshios, and we finish Adar, and we go into Nisan, the month of miracles, in Mitzvah Hashem, we should be Zoicha to an Emes Geula. Good Shabbos.